And today we're looking at the Iron Nexus. This little iron farm built in 1.21.5 is a great device here. Gets you a lot of iron. We're talking about 1,800 plus an hour of iron ingots. Amazing farm. Kicks butt. You put this in your spawn chunks, you ain't gonna need any other farm for your server, your people. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna help you build this with a great tutorial and walk you through it step by step. So let's get to it. So the first thing we gotta start with is the platforms. That is where they're all gonna spawn. Now for them, you're gonna need iron blocks because that is your main design and the main thing you're gonna need. But you're also gonna need iron bars for the corners of each platform, and I'll show you that later. The blocks to build, you don't need to have iron blocks. You can have any kind of blocks you would like to build. You're also going to need water, and that's going to be the main three things you're going to need. I would suggest buttons if you can afford buttons so we can make it spawn proof otherwise. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a 40 by 21 platform right here. But in the center of the platform, we are going to leave a hole that's 3 wide by 22 deep. That way there, that is what they're going to fall through. So start by making your platform by going 21 by 40, filling it all in, and leaving that 3 by 22 gap right in the center. And I'll come back to you shortly. Alright, so now that you got this set up, you got the hole in there, it should be gnawing away from every section. Go around the edge and build this here. Build a border. Just like so. All the way around. Alright, now that you got the border right around, in the corners, you're going to do this with the blocks and put the iron things just like this in the corner, the bars. And you're going to do that in every corner. Every corner of this section. Just like so. Make sure you get the tops. We don't want the water running over the sides. And we need to do this in the corners because if we just go around the edges here, it'll make this an unlimited water source. And that's one thing you don't want. You want them to go to the center of the map here so they can fall through the hole. Get that all through here. There's all sections. Just like so. And then take your buttons here and all through the edges here, we're going to make sure that all this here is not spawnable. So mobs can't spawn here. Iron golems cannot spawn in here in these sections. And your farm is pretty much safe at this point. Just go all around the edges, anywhere where there's no iron blocks or iron bars or any glass or anything. Just spam it with some buttons. It makes it kind of look kind of cool, and it also doesn't allow things to spawn. Now in the four corners here, we're going to throw some water, just like so. There we are. Then we're going to come around the edges here, and we're also going to fill them in with water. Come on, baby. And if we built it correctly, you'll find that the water stops right at your hole that you created. As you can see, it stopped right at that hole. And that is your first spawn platform. Now, from this block here, you have to go up 5. So count that block, count iron bar 1, iron bar 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is where you're going to repeat this spawn platform on this level. And then once you get this level completed, and you got the level up where it's going to be, you're going to go up again 5. So you're going to make 3 of these exactly the same things. So when you build the next platform, come to the side, say the iron bar is 1, iron bar is 2, iron block is 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that will be the next one, and you're going to do the same thing so you can make 2 more platforms on top of this one. And I'll see you when we get to that point. Now once you get these 3 built, I want you to come down to the lower end and do 21 out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And right here, did I count that right? Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there's a 21 gap right there. And then from this block here, the 22nd block is where you're going to start doing you're going to repeat all of these platforms right here. So you're going to go 40 out, 21 out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 21 out this way and 40 down. And you're just going to repeat what you did right here, starting right here. And build all of that right here. Got all of these guys built. It's time to start building the enclosures that make this work. Now you can put the zombies in. I would suggest that you do not put the villagers in until after you got it all built. Otherwise you're going to have random things spawning. But for now, what you're going to do is you're going to have come out. I know you can't hear the sound for some reason, but I can. Alright, you're going to come out block before the last one here and go out by 5, centering it. Alright, so when you get here, you're going to do 5 right here, and you're going to come all the way down, and you're going to take and do 3. As you can see, little wall, and now you're going to do the floor. Now this is going to be 7, that's going to be 5 width, 7 down, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now the bottoms are all going to be the same. We're going to make one over there, and over there, same way. So it becomes a 5 by 7 floor, and then you can go up the sides here, 3 high, all the way around. Now this is where we're going to have the zombie. We're also going to have the 5 villagers, because each pod's going to have 5 villagers. And this is where the magic happens. This is why all the zombies are after the villagers and all the iron golems start spawning. Okay. So now that we're inside our enclosure, we're going to do just like that, another layer of glass right on top. Now this closed layer of glass, we are going to take and do this with some trapdoors. It could be any trapdoors. I'm using iron for this thing. Then we're going to throw our beds down just like this. That way when they go to bed, the villagers wake them up. On the other side, we're going to throw, I'm using lecterns. You can use whatever job you want. Break these pieces of glass on top. Throw sticky pistons right on top just like that. Now throw glass on those sticky pistons and above the sticky pistons. And you come outside. Throw blocks, solid blocks, right on top of there. And one out, because the bottoms will have to be one out. Throw a detector on there, turn it off to the other setting, and do that. As you can see, they extended. So when it's this time, it extends and it keeps the villagers in that little section right there. They try to sleep, they can't, and they keep bouncing around. And then when it's daytime, obviously that goes in, they can get to their trades. Now I'm going to put my villagers in, but like I said, I would suggest doing this at the end. Alright, so all 5 of the villagers are in, and I'm also going to throw the zombie in at this point. You can throw the zombie in at this point and wait for the villagers. That would probably be the best. I'm going to title this guy because he's going to need to be name tagged. Just like that, they're going to get scared, and we probably may already start seeing a couple spawn because of this. But as you can tell, this is done. I'm going to set night to this. And they're going to try to sleep. They're not going to be able to. It's going to be a mess. And there you go. You already have your first iron golem spawning. It's going to fall into my void. You're going to build this design. Just follow this part of the video. On that side, this side over here, and this side over here. Once that is completed, I'll come back and we will start on the top modules for them as well. So now you got all 4 pods in. I did go ahead and put glass over the redstone here just to make sure nothing can spawn on it. Not a big deal, but just wanted to make sure that was done. As you can see, basically what I did was I came over and just threw a little bit of glass over the redstone just to verify that nothing can spawn. As you can see, there's iron golems already spawning like crazy just on the bottoms. But now we are going to work on the top spawning areas. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to come to the edge. Like, we come one before the edge. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be your bottom. Right? So you're going to have 5. And at the edge, you're just going to come up by 1. And that's basically going to be the same thing as we did down below. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All of them are the same size pods. You're going to make sure that they're all 5 in. Just like so. You don't need the edges if you don't want the edges. That is up to you. And we're going to go up by 3. All the way around. So we're basically making a glass box at this point. just like that, just to keep the whole thing basically looking the same. And then on the top of that, we're going to get some smooth stone slabs, or any slabs really you would like to use. I would suggest the stone thing. That way there it's fireproof in case of lightning or anything like that. You won't have to worry about it catching on fire or any of that fun stuff. So basically you fill this guy in, and then you're going to do the inside exactly how we did the outside of the other one, with a small exception to the redstone. So we do the glass in the corner, too deep. We're going to do the trap doors the same. Throw some beds in here. Just like so. Lecterns over to the corner with your sticky pistons right here. And the same 2 layers of glass. Now, before we had this section come out, that's only because if we had it the same way as on top, it would cover itself. So what we're going to do here is we're still going to put the line of blocks right behind there, the solid blocks. But instead, we're just going to put the light right there, and then this right here. That way there, they clear each other. We don't have to worry about one blocking the other. And a little bit of glass on top. And that pod is done. You can go ahead, like I said, again, I would wait till night to put, I'd wait till you are completed to put all the villagers in. But for this, I'm just going to throw them in now. Except for that one, that guy's just going to go get burnt because I dropped him. Sorry, buddy. He just fell straight down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make this pod on the tops of all the other areas, there, and there, the same way we made it here. So if you need help, just rewatch this part and make these pods exactly the same on the rest of the corners there. Right, now that you got all the pods in, hopefully you didn't put the villagers in like I did, but if you did, you'll see a ton of iron golems just dying. Which makes it a little harder when we're doing this collection system. Because we're going to start a system right here underneath. And we're going to go 1 block behind for this system. And we're going to come right on through. Straight up to here. And then back here. Now you're going to want to put glass up here to make it 1 higher. Just like so. That way there, they cannot spawn. Nothing can spawn up there. You can go all the way up if you want. Then we're going to go down by 1 more. Go over straight through. Just like that. And then we're going to go out 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we want them to, the water to run straight through. And we're going to get a lot of buildup of iron golems sitting on this platform right now. As you can see, they're already starting to fall on here. They're all going to get stuck, and they're far away from the villages that we created. So they're just going to continue spawning and dropping and hanging out on this platform right here until we put water on it. But yes, this is going to go down to 7. Then we're going to do another one going down to 8. So this is 7 first. As you can see, I'm just going to continue going across until I have this whole section filled in. Yep, they're building. Alright, so we're going to keep going this way, and make sure to glass this, or button it if you'd like. That's up to you, but I'd prefer glass. And as you can see, now we have golems sitting down there. Now the next one we're going to go is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to fill this sucker right in here. All the way over to the other side, which is right here. We're just going to fill that right in. And the iron golems are going to already start walking over this way because it is more platform for them. Look at them all up there. Hey guys, how you doing? They're just going to keep going too. So the way this is built, it does not read them once they fall down to a certain point. So they'll just keep on spawning and being created. Alright, so we're almost done with this platform here. Okay, so now once we're done here, we're going to come through, and we are also going to make that wall right here all the way across. And we're going to leave this one here, so it's over 1. And now we're just going to throw some glass right on through, just like that, to make that spawn proof. And we are going to do the same for this side. And glass, and now we're going to repeat this on the other side. Remember, 7 and then 8 here. Now go ahead and repeat this on the other side over there. Now this platform is all done, and I added water to this one because the iron golems were piling up like crazy, almost like this, but a little bit more. They're just hanging out here. So let's push them off as well. And what this will do is, because we did 7 here and 8 there, it's going to make them go straight off the edge, but the water will stay. Bye. See y'all later. Later, alligator. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to bring this down, the whole thing, down here. Just like so. By 2, we're going to have a third section, but that's going to be where they're going to fall onto. And we're going to bring the wall over. All the way across here on both ends. That way there, we have something to build off of, and we're going to go ahead and put glass here. Now I would suggest putting 2 rows of glass here, just in case. We know that they're not going to come off of here and just instantly try to get over here. And this will also prevent spawning and whatnot, so I think that looks good. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Same reasons, we're just going to make sure what we're going to work off of. Alright, now I would put 2 glass on this side as well. Just like so. Alright, now we're going to build this main spawn section, drop section. We're going to come out, go all the way across here. Now you can build this a couple different ways. You can make it go 8, 8, 7, 7, 8, and just have a small little area of killing. But this is what I did in the tutorial. You can follow this, or you can design one up if you'd like. That is up to you. Now we're going to go 8 this way. So we already got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to keep going 8 this way, and we're going to go 8 the other way as well from that direction in the same fashion. And that should bring it right to a center point, and then we're just going to build down and make a shaft with glass from that center point. And then we're going to make the kill section for these guys. And from that point on, you just have to build some kind of storage system and have fun with the iron. That's pretty much it. And yeah. But yeah, if you are liking this tutorial and you want to see more tutorials, I have some other big tutorial ideas coming up. And if you want to see some farms, just let me know, because I'm always interested in seeing and making big machines and devices and trying to take stuff from the past and bring it back to Minecraft present. This was heavily inspired by the Iron Titan from Tango Tech. That thing was massive. Multiple times I was on servers, and that's the go-to iron farm I used to make for the server, especially on restarts. I used to make it in spawn chunks. I used to love that. And now all I see on YouTube and most places nowadays is only like the little farms, which is nice. So nice to have your own little iron golem farm and stuff like that. But if you're big on redstone and you need a lot of iron for redstone stuff, or you just want to make a big iron farm for your server, this is the one. This is definitely the one. And yeah, it was heavily inspired by Tango. That's for dang sure. Okay, so you don't need to go that far down with this. It depends on if you want them to drop. You can make them drop all the way to ground level if you'd like. Everything is up to you as far as the kill chamber. You didn't even have to make this. You could have made 2 separate kill chambers out of those small holes. That's fine too. Once you get past the farm part of it where you have to be precise, you can make the kill chambers any way you wish, really. I prefer this because I want to see them all fall into one area and it's just awesome looking at that. You know what I mean? And like I said, it don't even have to be that big. This can be as thick as you need it. And then you can just put your signs down and go from there, which is the next step here, the signs and the lava. Alright, here we go. Let's just get these last pieces of glass in here. Alright, almost there. Alright, we're going to keep it that thin. You can make it thicker if you'd like. Your next thing would be signs. Obviously, you're going to want your signs, and they're going to go this lower level because you want the lava to be on top of this. And you just keep going, and if you haven't placed signs on top of signs at all, and you're going to build this, basically you shift click the sign, and it will allow you to place signs upon signs just like this. You get them all done, you keep going until it won't let you do it anymore, which is quite a bit of signs for this when you just shift click them on and continue on making your signs. Once you placed your signs, now it's time to put lava above those signs. You might want to go in from the side or however else you think you want to put lava on. You don't want to get burnt by this lava. Okay, so once the lava is in, the golems will start burning, obviously, and now we can put our storage. Now you're going to want to put a big storage system. For now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to throw in the hopper system pointing into a chest. And from there you can build whatever you need down and whatnot. Let's throw some chests there. Alright, and get some hoppers. And now we just throw the hopper system down here. Which is another shift clicky thing. Now what I'd like to do is I run the center hoppers like that, and then I'll run the side hoppers into it. Just so there's two sets of hoppers going into the main chest or the main hopper system that's going to run to your storage. Then you can build a sorting system if you want to sort out the flowers, the poppy seeds and things like that. But we're just about done with this once we get these hoppers in. And listen to them all just burn up. And we are officially done. They're burning up. They're dropping in. And we, boys and girls, have the iron farm completed. And as you can see, we're already starting to get massive iron immediately. Now this would be the time, if you didn't put your villagers in, you'd put your villagers in now, and then yours would automatically just start massively throwing you iron. Look at this thing. It just doesn't stop. There's gonna be spawns all the time. Look at that. Look at all the ones been burnt right now. There's more coming. Look at that. There's two more coming from that direction. There's another one coming from this direction. They just honestly keep spawning. And you're not going to be out of iron at all. But if you like this tutorial, hit that like button, subscribe, because I'm just getting started with these new designs for old farm tutorials, and I'd love to share them with you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.